Welcome back to another short Legacy League, where we have green-white lands versus Esper Tempo. A huge thank you to the Patreon supporters who are helping the league and YouTube channel. If you would like to become a supporter, please click on the link in the show notes. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to another round with me on lands and Ryan on a tempo-style deck. Traditionally, this is a pretty good matchup for lands, and I hope that it shows here as well. I lead off on a Savannah. Ryan leads off on an Underground Sea. To note, Ryan did play in the Eternal Weekend this past weekend, and he finished at 7-4. Very good for his first Eternal Weekend, so we're all proud of him for how well he did in it. And he's going to hit me with a Thoughtseize. Starting to learn what these alternate art cards are. We're hoping that he hits the Loam here, but more than likely he hits the Swords of Plowshare. It is the Plowshare indeed, and he passes it back over to me. Do have a port going, so we're able to keep him off of blue mana at the moment, and we just pick up a Wasteland off the top, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that blue mana forever, and then we can port him in his upkeep as well. So he is ported, and we are on our way. No blue mana from him, so only thing I'm scared of now is a Force of Will / Force Negation for this Loam, because it will take us off of being able to do anything, or port him I should say. But the Loam resolves, Wasteland is good to go again. He does find his own Wasteland, hits my Savannah. A little punishing for me, but I do have a basic green in my deck. He's on no lands, did not force last turn. We know he drew the Wasteland there, and we are able to land a Sphere. Looks like we have another Sphere lined up in our hand to go along with the Thespian Stage. And let's deploy that right now and see if we can get the concession. Yes, we do. See you in game number 2. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to game number 2. Ryan's on 5, I'm on 7. Ryan's on the play. He leads off on some basics because he wasn't a big fan of the Wasteland game on the last game we played. So, basics there are, and we have a Pithy Needle in our hand, which Killian would agree probably does not belong in the main deck. It should probably be in the sideboard. But there are some times that Pithy Needle does work out for me. Here I'm naming Flooded Strand, hoping to cut him off of mana. But he does have another basic plains in his hand, so mana is not going to be denied too much. He's going to play his own Pithy Needle here, naming Wasteland, as he should, since last game turned out the way it did. 1 mana, or 1 damage from the unflying 1/1 Delver. It is not an insectile aberration at the moment, but follow that up with some Mox Diamonds and some other good stuff. Get rid of that Wasteland since it's kind of dead to us at the moment. Trigger on the Delver, no dice. And we could see a Brainstorm. He does find a Tundra here, so my Wasteland would have been great if there wasn't a Pithing Needle on it. Passes the turn, and let's see what I draw. Do have the Wasteland, but I also have a Crop Rotation to go along with it. But we have a Choke. And now we get an emergency Brainstorm out of Ryan. And let's see if he's able to convert this emergency Brainstorm into a Force of Will. Daze is not going to do it here. Force Negation will also do it. Choke does resolve. With neither one of those being cast on me, I go ahead and try and Crop Rotation. No Daze either. And now we have him choked up with, along with a way to deal damage with the Urza Saga. There's a Flip Delver, so there is pressure on me to convert this board state into a better standing than I have. But we can at least roll over on 2 right now, and the Beseiju doesn't really do too much. If I still had the Wasteland in my hand, I think I would probably... Well, I don't even think the Wasteland would matter, really. It would just slow down. Well, it wouldn't even slow him down, because he has 2 basics untapped at the moment. What I really need here is a Rashad Port or an Icy Manipulator. One of those two would be great in this position. uh, playing back to some old Magic. Making to the construct, we're going to search up a Shadow Spear here and try and equip it onto our construct that is not summoning sick. 2 mana into the construct, and we're going to see a Swords of Plowshare, and I'll pick up 5 life from this. So Delver, while the damage was done, I have regained it back, and we're in pretty good shape from here. Kind of Mox Diamond, getting it lined up, and getting the board state cleaned up a little bit. 3 more damage over to me, putting me down to 14, and see if Ryan has anything else for us. He's got a Thoughtseize, a Murktide, and a Nethergoyf stranded in his hand. He does have a Daze, but I have plenty of mana at the moment and not willing to give up anything to have him pick up that Tundra. I think actually, I don't know about the Daze, but I can sense that it's there. So the Daze would pick up his Tundra, and he'd at least have 2 mana because he could then put his Murktide into play. Finds another Brainstorm. Now he has to find a way to handle this construct, and one more coming the next turn with boots on it as well. So he can hold the Delver back to at least block a big one at the moment, but he's searching now for Brainstorm to try and find a Swords of Plowshare. He does find a Wasteland. Surprisingly, doesn't fire it off immediately onto the Urza Saga, which could have at least bought him a turn, but he is Brainstorm locked at the moment with a Ponder in hand. So construct coming out. No Wasteland before the trigger, and I am able to make another construct and go get some Lava Spur boots, which he realizes and packs it up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Here's some vintage for you. You know the drill. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. See you next time.